Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Still we are speaking about the ellipses, and this is the second part of this topic. The last part we spoke about the ellipses with the center 0, 0. And we defined that the ellipses as a set of points that have the same distance from two focal points or two foci. Two fixed points we call the foci, and their distance will be equal to some constant number, and with the center 0, 0. In this part, we are going to speak about the general case when the center is h and k. It is not 0, 0, more general. And we have two cases for these ellipses. The first case when the major axis is parallel to the x-axis. The standard form of the equation of an ellipse with center hk and major axis parallel to the x-axis. This is the major axis. This is the axis that's passing through the center and the two focus points, or the two foci, is given by x minus h to the power 2 divided by a square plus y minus k all to the power 2 divided by b square equal to 1, where a is greater than b. And as we stated before, the length of the major axis is 2a, minor axis is 2b, and the coordinates for the vertices this time will be h plus a k and h minus a and k, and the coordinate for the foci is h plus c k and h minus c k. C is given by c square equal to a square minus b square. The second one, if the major axis is parallel to the y-axis. In this case, we'll have x minus h divided by b square and y minus k to the power 2 divided by a square equal to 1, and again a is greater than b. The vertices will be h, k plus a, h and k minus a. Focus points are h, k plus c and h, k minus c. As a direct application for this, let's have some examples. In these exercises, we need to find the center, vertices, and foci of the ellipse given by each equation. And then also we need to sketch the graph. Question number 11. We have x minus 3 to the power 2 divided by 25 plus h plus 2 to the power 2 divided by 16 equal to 1. We can see that the larger denominator is 25 under the x variable. So this is horizontal axis of symmetry or major axis. It's parallel to the x-axis. So we have a equal to square root of 25, which is equal to 5. B equals square root of 16, that equal to 4. And C will be square root of a square minus b square, that will be 25 minus 16 equal to square root of 9, which is equal to 3. And the major axis is parallel to the x-axis. Now I have A, B, and C. So number 1, center. Center is given by this coordinate. It will be 3 and minus 2. Number 2. Okay. Since we have horizontal major axis, then it is H plus or minus A, and this should be C. C and K. I have F1 is given by H, which is a 3, plus C, that will be again 3 and minus 2, which is equal to 6 and minus 2. And F2 will be 3 minus 3 and minus 2, that will be 0 and minus 2. Vertices V1, it is H plus A and K, that will be H is 3 plus A is 5 and minus 2, which is equal to 8 minus 2. V2 is H minus A and K, that will be 3 minus 5 and minus 2, which is equal to minus 2 and minus 2. So we have the center, we have the foci, and we have the vertices. We can sketch this ellipse. Center is 3 and minus 2. 3 and minus 2, this is the center. Vertices at 3 and or 8 and minus 2, and minus 2 and minus 2. So this is the major axis. And for B, it will be minus 2 and K, or minus 2 and B. P is equal to by 4, so the first point, this should be K plus P. That will be, because B is equal to 4, it will be, the point is should be H, and it is 3 and 2, and second one will be 3 and minus 6. So the ellipse will be like this. And the focus point will be there. We have 1 there, and it was 0 and minus 2, and 6 and minus 2. So this is V1, F1, this is the center, this is F2, and V2. Let's take the second example, number 12. The number 12, we have x plus 3 to the power 2 divided by 9, and y plus 1 to the power 2 divided by 6 or 16. This is x plus 3 to the power 2 divided by 9 plus y plus 1 to the power 2 divided by 16 equal to 1. So in this example, a equal to square root of 16, which is equal to 4. B equals square root of 9, that will be 3, and C will be square root of 16 minus 9, that will be square root of 7. I have A, B, and C. And since the larger denominator is under the Y, then this is vertical major axis. We have vertical major axis. So number 1, we can find the center given by this number, minus 3 and minus 1. Take the opposite of the sign, it will be minus 3, minus 1. And focus point over the foci, F1 is given by, it is H and k plus c, which is equal to minus 3 minus 1 plus square root of 7. F2 will be h and k minus c. That will be minus 3 and minus 1 minus square root of 7. The vertices V1 is given by h and k plus a. That will be minus 3 minus 1 plus 4, which is equal to minus 3 and 3. V2, which is h and k minus a. That's equal to minus 3 minus 1 minus 4 will be minus 3 and minus 5. So these are the vertices, foci, and center. We can sketch the ellipse. It's vertical. Center is minus 3 and minus 1. This is the center. And the major axis will be vertical. V1, or the first vertex, it is minus 3 and 3. This is V1. Second one is minus 3 and minus 5. This is V2. And the ellipse will be this shape, approximately. And focus point is 1 plus square root of 7, or mine. It is minus 1 plus square root of 7. Minus 3 and minus 1 plus square root of 7. Second one is F2, which is minus 1 or minus 3, and minus 1 minus square root of 7. So this is the ellipse. For this point, it should be minus 3 plus b plus 3 and minus 1, which is equal to, we want it should be within the 0. This is not that accurate. Should be 0. Now this is approximation of the ellipse, not exact one. And second one will be minus 6 and minus 1. Take one more example. Number 13. I have x plus 2 to power 2 divided by 9 and y squared divided by 25 is equal to 1. Again, the question. A is equal to square root of 25, which is equal to 5. B equals square root of 9, which is equal to 3. And C will be square root of 25 minus 9. That will be square root of 16, which is equal to 4. So I have A, B, and C. And since the larger diameter is under the Y, then this is vertical major axis. So let's find the center first. Center will be minus 2, Since y there is no number with that one, means it is 0. It is minus 2 and 0. Center is minus 2 and 0. Number 2, F1, say this is vertical, major axis. Then it is h and k plus c. That will be minus 2 and 0 plus 4 equal to minus 2 and 4. F2, which is h k minus c. That will be minus 2 and minus 4. For the vertices V1, it is h and k plus a. That will be minus 2 and 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. So it is minus 2 and 5. And V2 will be h and k minus a. That will be minus 2 and minus 5. We have everything, then we can graph the ellipse. Center is minus 2 and 0. This is the center. V1 is minus 2 and this is minus 2 and 0. Minus 2 and 5. This is V1. And minus 2 minus 5. V2. The focus is F1, which is minus 2 and minus 4, and F2, that will be minus 2 and 4. So this is the ellipse for this exercise.